For months, rumors have been swirling around George and Amal Clooney's marriage, whispers of tension, distance, and a growing emotional rift that even their closest friends couldn't ignore. But nothing could have prepared fans for the shocking revelation that George Clooney, one of Hollywood's most beloved figures, had reportedly filed for divorce. The moment that news broke, the world turned its gaze toward Amal, the elegant, composed, and fiercely private human rights lawyer who had captured George's heart was suddenly thrust into the eye of a media storm. And yet she remained silent. No statements, no interviews, not even a quiet acknowledgment of the rumors. Her silence spoke louder than any denial could. Until now, sources close to the couple revealed that George Clooney's decision to move forward with divorce proceedings was not made lightly. Friends described him as heartbroken but resolute, claiming he felt there was no turning back after months of failed attempts to reconnect. Those who've known George for years say that the tension between his glamorous Hollywood lifestyle and Amal's demanding international work schedule had reached a breaking point. What was once their strength, her independence and his charisma, had somehow become the very thing tearing them apart. They were living parallel lives, one insider said. George was in Los Angeles focusing on his production projects, while Amal spent more time in London and The Hague on human rights cases. Eventually, the distance became emotional as much as it was physical. Still, no one expected Amal's silence to break in the way that it did. When Amal finally spoke, it wasn't through a glamorous magazine spread or a TV appearance. Instead, she released a deeply personal written statement, and it took everyone by surprise. There are moments in life when silence protects your dignity, Amal wrote, and moments when speaking your truth becomes an act of peace. Her words were calm, measured, but undeniably emotional. She didn't confirm or deny the divorce directly, but her tone carried the weight of acceptance. Marriage is not about perfection, she continued, but about partnership, and sometimes even love must evolve into something different, something that allows both people to breathe again. Fans were quick to notice how Amal's words reflected grace and strength, rather than bitterness or regret. Social media erupted with admiration, calling her statement the classiest response to heartbreak ever seen. One fan tweeted, "This is why Amal Clooney is a role model. She doesn't need to shout her pain. Her words speak volumes." Others noted the irony that in a world full of loud celebrity breakups, Amal chose grace over drama. Meanwhile, some supporters of George Clooney defended him, suggesting that both had simply grown apart. But even those fans admitted, Amal's words carried an emotional gravity that felt final. Reports have surfaced suggesting that George and Amal's legal teams have been quietly working behind the scenes for weeks to finalize the terms of their separation. Sources claim that the two are committed to handling things amicably and privately, especially for the sake of their twins, Ella and Alexander. If these reports are true, this could mark one of the most graceful separations Hollywood has ever witnessed. A far cry from the messy, tabloid-fueled divorces that often dominate the headlines. Reading between the lines, Amal's statement wasn't just about heartbreak. It was about resilience, dignity, and emotional growth. She subtly reminded the world that behind every glamorous photo and red carpet smile lies a woman with real emotions, real struggles, and a story she chooses to tell on her own terms. Many relationship experts have analyzed her message, calling it a masterclass in emotional intelligence. Instead of focusing on blame or betrayal, Amal's words spoke to self-awareness, the ability to accept endings as part of life's evolution. According to people close to George, he was reportedly moved by Amal's words. One source claimed, he thought she would stay silent forever, but her message reminded him why he fell in love with her in the first place. Her strength, her compassion, her ability to turn pain into purpose. It's said that George has remained low-key since the statement was released, choosing not to issue any public response. Instead, he's been spending time at his Lake Como residence, reflecting and staying close to friends. But those who know him say Amal's words hit him hard and left him questioning the choices that led them here. What do you think of Amal's powerful statement? Do you believe this is the end for her and George Clooney? Or is there still hope for a quiet reunion in the future? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing your opinions. And before you go, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next deep dive into the unfolding story between George and Amal Clooney. Stay tuned, because Hollywood's biggest love story might still have one last chapter left.